Hey guys, welcome in. Dakota will be here in just a little bit. He went hunting earlier and he's inside getting a quick bite to eat. So he had to get his trail cameras after he was done hunting so he didn't tromp around the woods and end up scaring off his deer that he was hunting. So it took him a little bit longer to leave, but he'll be out here in just a minute. Hope you guys are having a great day. We got a lot of rain. It completely flooded our pasture this morning, so it's pretty crazy. Hey, Dink and Tank. Good evening, Mother.
What?
Laughing at me. You made me start this
Shut
alone.
that drawer. Well, if you cook my dinner like a good wife.
Wow. I did cook your dinner.
Yeah, but it was cold.
It's not my fault. You got home late.
Only missed it by a minute.
Mm-mm.
Ouch, my finger's dry.
3 minutes.
It says live, 1 minute, 13 seconds.
Oh. Okay, I was late.
Well, anyways, how's everybody's evening going? Y'all gotta watch me eat because I just got home.
I told you. Smells good.
Good homemade beef tacos. Homegrown beef tacos.
Yeah, too bad the cheese wasn't homemade too. Hey, Todd.
Well, anyhow.
That's your cousin Todd, Mom.
She don't even know. How's y'all's weather where everybody is at? Because today we got flooded.
I was just saying when you walked in.
Actually, I want to kind of look at, while I'm thinking about it, I want to see what our total was on Mesonet. Because I don't think, when I looked at it earlier, it definitely wasn't accurate. But maybe it takes a minute for it to catch up.
Yeah, it's... Earlier he said it was 1.5 inches, but it's not 1.5 inches. That was probably... We probably got flooded. That was probably at least
it had to be at least
most
4. It had to be at least 4 inches, but we were still wet from the last rain, so that can't soak up.
It soaked up pretty fast though. I think it was just the wind. The wind was like 40 miles an hour today, and
Mesonet swears it was 2 inches. That could not have been 2 inches.
Mm-mm. No, what did we get the other day?
Like
7?
10 inches total over a few days.
Yeah, this was a lot.
It flooded. It ran off about as much as that 10-inch rain, but granted, the 10 inches came after it was extremely dry for several months.
Yeah.
What's up with the live stream? It's only got 3 people watching.
Because we haven't been consistent, so everybody forgot. We gotta change our day.
This. Probably like hearing my food.
Gross. We need to change our day to a better day. 2 lives are going right now. Who else is live?
Doug and Stacy's live.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Doug and Stacy are always live. We aren't that big yet.
3 is like a. 3 is like a.
Oh, the Crones do theirs on Monday?
3 is like a record low.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange, actually. It's almost like maybe I made YouTube mad again.
Is there football going on? A big game or something? I don't know.
Monday Night Football, maybe.
We need to change our day.
I mean, normally we get at least 30 people in here.
Something.
Well, somebody's going to have to throw something in the comments. A topic. Ask us a question.
This is so
I'm
weird.
sorry. I'm distracted.
There's one more. Oh, Todd, I think you're getting me confused with my mom because she is your first, or I can't remember if it's first cousin. She's your cousin, and then I'm your second or third cousin. Her mom is your aunt. Hey, Jan.
Simply Jan. And Kevin.
Day was good. It was just a storm this morning. And then it was extremely windy all day, so I just stayed in the house and cleaned up mostly. But the boys played outside and jumped on the trampoline.
Did those storms? So pretty much everybody in here is from Missouri.
Missouri,
Did those storms get up there to Missouri? They were kind of going straight north this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, barely east, mostly north.
Mm-hmm. I said yes. What? Raining all day.
Yeah, it rained till probably 2 o'clock here.
Yeah.
And then whenever I went hunting, the sun came out like right as I was getting in the woods. I went and sighted in the rifles for rifle season. But I was probably done with that about 3 o'clock.
Oh.
And the sun completely came out over where I was hunting at by 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a really nice evening after it was all said and done with. But I'm kind of over the 10 inches of rain. I'd like to get smaller quantities of rain more often.
Yeah. Chris Hatcher, how are you?
Chris Hatcher.
I don't know who that is, but maybe you do.
Is there a way to see?
Kevin,
I feel like he could have
hey,
been in here before.
Oh,
I just
said
have
hi to him. I was thinking
I have a goldfish memory, so I forget people's names really fast. He got a 13-point deer the other day.
Nice.
You know, I've killed probably 40 deer or more in my life, and I've never killed anything over 9 points, I think.
What?
I don't think I've ever killed anything over 9.
That's kind of weird. Mine was almost a 10. It was shy, like an eighth of an inch shy of the 10th point, and the 9th point was barely legally an inch, so almost a 10. Probably should have let him keep growing, but also I would have never had another opportunity to shoot him again because that was the last year we got to hunt that place, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of trail camera pictures of younger deer that had well over. I've had some 12 and 13-point deer that were younger on camera. So you'd think the odds would be that I would have shot, something over 10 points over the years, but it's just, I guess that's just the way the luck has unfolded. I've seen just vast majority of deer I've seen have been 8 points and under.
That's kind of weird.
8's the most common.
Mm-hmm. Texas Raider, how are you? Trey's in here. We haven't hunted yet. Isn't y'all season open? I could have swore some of my Missouri friends were in the stand yesterday. We hunt on a small gas line at my uncle's. Very cool.
Yeah, those power line clearings and gas pipeline clearings are good places to catch them crossing.
I did not know you hunted, Todd. Good luck. Our rifle season does not open till this weekend.
Yeah, it's a little bit later than the last few years this year in Oklahoma. I guess that's the way the Gregorian calendar works. Because in Oklahoma, it opens up what?
The last Thursday of the month is Thanksgiving. And it always opens the weekend before.
So how can it vary so much? Is that just the way the calendar works?
That's only like 5 days. Oh.
Yeah, Trey, it's been hot here. I don't know that I've ever. I'm sure it's happened, but I don't remember a time whenever we were all the way into late November like this and we didn't have a decent freeze. I don't know. I mean, we haven't had a frost yet.
No. We
got really close.
Yeah, I think I only got to like 33 or 34 at one time. This is the weirdest year ever because you normally, like during youth football, we're sitting there freezing, the kids are freezing, it's raining and icing on us or snowing, and this year we didn't have any of that. It's been so weird. Still haven't had any of that. Football's been over for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
Chris said Arkansas rifle season started last weekend.
I know. How long is y'all's season? Ours is 2 weeks, but only 9 days are on public.
And we hunt mostly public, although the other day, me and Levi went and set out a feeder and 2 deer stands and 2 trail cameras on some private land that we recently got. Well, I had permission last year through.
That was just for holiday antler list.
Through a job that I was doing for the guy, and then this year, early in the season, we kind of got into it. He could be kind of a hassle to deal with, but I think everything ended up working out fine. And I asked him if I was still able to hunt, and he said yes. So I went out there and put up a couple cameras, a feeder, and I got a real nice stand for Shayla and the boys to hunt during gun season. And it goes, like Shayla said, our public is 9 days for gun, but then it's 2 weeks for private land. 9 days on public.
Put that double stand up?
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to make a backrest for it because that stand is terribly uncomfortable. It has no backrest. It's just square tubing. Yeah. And it's leaning backwards. It'd be real comfortable with the rest.
Well, Ryland's wanting to shoot a deer, so I don't even know if he's going to get priority for sure, but
Ryland's not ready to.
Well, we need to let him practice every week.
We need to get him practiced up, and we got the holiday antler list in the end of December. So Ryland will probably get a whack at it if he can train him, if he can get trained up in time.
He needs a different scope. He's like me. I hate the stupid scopes that have the bubble and you have to get the right distance or it's floating around. I can't stand that. We have another scope that on the 30-06, and as soon as you look through it, it's called
eye relief.
I don't like that's not relieving. That is stressful.
It's eye relief. The better the eye relief, the more
the less the bubble
tolerance you have of being away or close to the scope and not getting the bubble.
Whatever that means, that's a terrible name for it. It should be eye stress because it just stresses me out.
Hey, I could deal with 55 year round, Trey.
I thought Trey said he said it's 72.
He said he wishes it was 55.
Oh. Yeah, I got a blanket over me right now. I don't know what it is, but it ain't no 72.
It's pretty warm.
Oh, 55 in northern Oklahoma. See, it's got to be close to that then.
We're fixing to get a cold front, though. The wind's fixing to switch out of the north.
Yes, please hit the thumbs up, guys.
The YouTube live is rough on us tonight.
Yeah.
We should have.
I thought maybe we would have a couple extra with that.
Man, we've got
subscribers as we've gotten
200 something subscribers in the last 2 weeks.
Almost 300 just off that one video. That's insane. I didn't expect it to blow up like that. So if you haven't checked out our epic deer hunt, go do that because you'll know what we're talking about.
We need to do a giveaway. Post on the community tab and try to get some of those people that subscribe to come in for the giveaway.
Well, it's got to be something hunting related.
Yeah, he should have put his
YouTube.
He should have put a YouTube logo on there because it's hard to know what it's about. But I like that color, the black with the.
I was gonna put mine on
with the leather brown color or whatever you want to call it.
Kevin watched it. Thank you. That was crazy. There was so much I left out of the video too. Like Huxton was actually videoing during the cover photo, and when I was during the middle of the video and I'm talking about my deer, he's videoing and he's over there saying, he's like, my mom just shot a deer, guys, and it just blah blah. He's just going on making his own video, and I wanted to include a little bit of that, and then he videoed me gutting the deer because that was my first time to actually gut my own deer. Usually it's freezing and he doesn't have time to. I've watched him and I did it right, but
we got John with John Goes Outdoors. Go check him out. He's been posting quite a few shorts. He's hunting some public land, and he's got a few deer on some of his shorts. And OC is a new subscriber, I believe, from the hunting video. I'd like to get more hunting and fishing videos done. I did find where a bunch of turkeys are roosting on public land. So in the spring, I'm going to try to get Levi and maybe Rylan over there during youth season and get a turkey. Because if you can figure out where they're roosting, it makes it that much easier. Catch them coming off the roost. You barely need to call, put up a decoy. Just give a couple of calls, get them interested, get them over there, see the decoy, and then Levi or Rylan's got to do the rest.
Jan said she's determined. Where'd it go? To do her first hunt ever hunt this season. You got this, Jan.
Well, if Oklahoma didn't go up on their hunting license, I'd say I can definitely get you on a deer for the holiday season.
Yeah.
But it'd be pretty expensive deer now.
515 or 505 or out of state. Unless you're military. Oh, wait. That's just Texas. I don't know what they do for military here. Unless you're 100% disabled, you could get a free license. Trey's got a hunting video coming out.
John, did you get... John, did you get drawn out for Atoka for opening weekend of gun season? I keep saying that's probably one reason YouTube won't give me any live viewers is because I keep saying gun. But did you get drawn for the opening weekend gun hunt?
Can you say rifle? I don't know. OC said, I'm Aussie. I live in Thailand, semi-retired with my wife, and run a series of bars and building supplies. Oh, interesting. Australia.
I wish I had the brain to figure out how to make a business work here in the United States where I've grown up my whole life, let alone go to another country and be able to make it work.
Yeah. Can't even learn Spanish, and I couldn't imagine trying to learn another language and live there. We joked around, semi-seriously, but more so joked around about moving to another country. But man, that part would be really hard. How long have you been in Thailand? I mean, I swallowed something wrong. My throat is so itchy. Came across you guys.
Hey,
in Mr. and Mrs. Law's life. Oh,
Trey,
well, thank you, Stephen and Angelica.
Oh, that's where I was commenting on the laws. That's where he came from. So
Trey.
That makes more sense. Like I said, I got a goldfish brain, so I forget. But Trey said, "Who needs a license?" If I actually owned enough land that I could say, "Hey, we can get out there, shoot a doe," I ain't gonna lie, I would just let her come down and shoot a doe. I wouldn't. You ain't got to make a big public announcement about it. Just take a doe. I said I would. That was theoretical. You can't prosecute me for theoretically hunting a doe without a license. But I mean, you ain't got to make a big stink about it. And honestly, I'm very conservation minded. So probably what I would do would just check that doe in later on one of my kids' tags or something so that they can account for the harvest. At the end of the day, it's my land, if it was my land. And if I want somebody to take a doe, they can take a doe. I think as long as the numbers are accounted for, more power to you.
Don't get me started on that. I wish they had family tags and it was, you guys get 30 deer for the whole year. Tag them in under whoever. I don't know why the crap it matters whether he shoots the deer, I shoot the deer. We'll pay for just up the tag as a family license, and you get up to so many. Actually, it shouldn't even matter how many people you got in your family. You just right now, if Huxton were to be able to kill a deer, we would be at 36 tags plus.
Is that
our draw hunts and holiday? That's another. That'd be 40 deer.
Is that Mike Miller? Is that Butch Miller's son?
I don't know. Can't stay long. I noticed that y'all are live. I just thought I would stop in and say hello. Well, hello. Thank you for coming in. I don't know. I don't know that. Hey, Templin
appreciate you coming in.
Honestly, Kevin, closest I get to hunting is fighting with mosquitoes.
Hey, if you watch our hunting video, OC, if you go back and you watch our hunting video from 3 weeks ago, in probably the first 10 minutes of that video, I make a comment about the mosquitoes because they were about to carry us away.
You guys are probably getting eaten worse.
And in Oklahoma, that's probably one of the biggest reasons I don't hunt early bow season is because the mosquitoes are so bad. You just can't sit there in peace. Every 5 seconds, bzzz, they're right in your ear, and then they're biting you.
Mike said no, so it's a different Mike Miller.
Well, I've got a cousin with the name Mike Miller.
Yep. Here they don't just bite, they bring a knife and a fork. You got those zebra mosquitoes.
The Bill Gates mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You probably he likes going to those other countries and releasing, bioengineered mosquitoes for your health and safety.
Oh gosh.
But he's done that in Florida here in the United States too. So we're probably all
now they just release monkeys.
We've probably all been bitten by bioengineered mosquitoes.
We appreciate it. We don't have a whole lot of hunting videos just because it's so much harder it's hard to film anything we do, but hunting's a little bit harder. Usually we're not usually by ourselves, but the kids, they're not super great at filming yet, and so it's just hard to do all that.
Oh, that was good.
But we got a few fishing videos that are pretty good too. Sorry, I can't stay. Oh, that's okay, Mike. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you. You have a good night.
Yeah, Trey, I've been bow hunting, the last 3 evenings? And I've been videoing a little bit of all of it. But this evening, I wanted to show you. I went out on Okmulgee GMA where we did our family hunt to get my cameras. But after that rain, I wanted to show you how much water stands on that place because you were saying on your National Wildlife Refuge that you guys hunt, a lot of it's always under water or it's real wet and swampy. But we have a lot of that around here too. It's thick. I went trying to get back in there and get my cameras after it was dark was quite challenging, and it was actually easier to do it without a flashlight on because when you turn on the flashlight, everything gets white and lit up.
It's pretty much like driving with headlights in the fog.
I had to turn my flashlight on as low as it could possibly go so that everything just didn't, blind me.
He said Bill Gates is really trying to save the world, don't you know? Yeah, he's doing a great job. Had to restart the pooter. I don't think you missed much. I don't even know what we said last little bit. I had 10 yards. I had bucks 10 yards outside of one of my blinds, was 300 yards away.
Yeah, that's honestly this time of year. If you're going to kill a deer, you almost need to go into the woods and go, where would I not be as a deer? Because if you try to pattern a deer this time of year during the rut, you're probably not going to have good success. They will be in the most ridiculous places.
Should have pulled out shooting sticks and. Oh wait, season. Yes, bow. I was As soon as
Shayla's trying to poach deer.
Man, you're not good enough to make a 300-yard shot with a bow. Just kidding.
Texas Raider.
Shorts from the stand Saturday evening. Still, you're having a go at it, and as you become more known, your channel will grow and garner good folks to watch and engage with. Hopefully. Try to be more consistent between hunting, and then I was really sick last week and hadn't been feeling great. Trying to get ready for Thanksgiving. It's been a little bit hard to stay on track the last 2 weeks, but he's been trying to keep up with everything.
A bad day hunting is better than a good day at work. Yeah.
Mostly so.
I'd like to make a living hunting.
There's some really cool...
probably that family hunt video is probably our most successful YouTube video that we've had so far. It is.
We have a couple that
have more views, but
maybe only the piglet one. Actually, I don't even think we've had any that have passed. I think that one.
It's our second most views, but it's really encouraging because I'd like to be able to. As like Rylan and Levi and Huxton all get older, I've taken plenty of deer. I would much rather go, if I'm going hunting, I'm after a 4.5+ year old deer because I've shot a lot of those 2.5, 3.5 year old deer. But I'd like to go out there and film Levi or Rylan or Huxton shooting deer. I just want to be the camera guy. I just want to get into a couple tree saddle setups, get up a tree, and just, let them be able to take a deer without worrying about trying to get the camera on them. And I'd like to film it. And if people enjoy watching it like they enjoyed watching our other hunting video, that'd be an awesome way to make a living out there hunting and fishing, running jug lines, trout lines, the stuff that I'm passionate about doing, So that'd be awesome. Never have to send the kids off to college.
Just let the boys bring home the meat. Yeah, we gotta bring home meat too. You can't just be after all the big bucks. That's like half of
That's what I said. I
Oh, we're gonna bring the meat. Okay. Well,
I am tired of killing deer, to be honest. If I go out to kill a deer, I want to kill a mature deer. The kids, for the next
now he
10
wants
years.
a mature deer after I whooped him a couple years ago. Now you want a mature deer?
Yeah. Last 2 deer I've shot have been 5.5+ years old.
Yeah, but it was like you had to just beat me all of a sudden. Now it's.
But
Oops.
the point is,
It scared me.
I enjoyed Levi shooting that 3.5-year-old buck more than any of the deer I've shot in recent years, and being able to film it and have that memory recorded, because I could tell you guys stories about me and my dad hunting all day long, and you guys would think I'm pulling your leg, some of the stuff that we've ran into over the years. But, I had none of that recorded.
Yeah. That been really hard to film back in the day. John said he likes smoking does with the rifle, but he wants to kill a buck with a bow. Yeah. Me too. I've never shot a deer with a bow. I'd like to. My shoulder's so jacked up, and all my arrows were used as whooping sticks, so I don't have any arrows. And I don't know. It'll happen one day. My focus is more just on the boys right now. I mean, I'm gonna kill deer. I'm bot tagged, so if it comes down to last day, I'm gonna shoot what's there just for meat. But I do want to kill a buck with a bow.
That private land that I went and put a feeder up on, I highly encourage Shayla to wait on a mature deer, because there's going to be one out there.
If I have time.
There's going to be one good one out there, at least.
Well, we need to practice.
We have the holiday season coming up. We don't need to jump on the first buck.
I want Ryland to shoot a deer first. He really wants to do it, and we need to let him do it. If he's gung-ho about it, let's get him excited and let him do it. I don't want him to lose that.
Trey said, I don't get much out of rifle hunting, but I love bow hunting. And hey, I like both. Both are their own animal. I would say this. Most of the deer that I've taken with a rifle, I'd say probably at least 50% of the deer that I've taken with a rifle were within bow range. A lot of that's because I hunt public, so I don't have big tower blinds like a lot of people do. So inherently, you're hunting off the ground or just up whatever tree you can climb. You're not getting 200 and 300 yard shots. So
that's why I like the big wide open ones, and you all always put me in the dumb little lane. I hate it. No, I seen more bigger bucks from hundreds of yards away than I ever have. I always see does up close. Every time I go hunting, him and his dad would always put me in this tree stand or something, and there's just one little lane that I had. If a deer came by, they were like right there in front of my face. I hated it. I like the long shots. My first deer, my second deer, and my third deer is pretty close. My first, second deer are really far.
Kevin said, what about a crossbow?
Uh-oh.
I am not a crossbow fan, and I'll tell you why. So,
my hair is driving my nose tonight.
Before crossbows, so people see crossbows like, oh, it's got a buttstock. I can just buy it, shoot it at 25 yards with my field points, and I can go out to the woods and I can hunt. The problem with that is it's still a bow. It still has tuning issues. When you throw a broadhead on it, it may or may not shoot where those field tips go. And I find a lot of entry-level bow hunters go out with crossbows, make irresponsible shots, too far out, quartering to, quartering away, hit them in the shoulder, hit them in the spine, hit them in the humerus, the bones, and they get up, they push those deer, they lose them, and also there's an abundant amount of hunting pressure on public land, which is, I guess, it's well within their rights, public land. But then again, I think a lot of them are extremely beginner and make it much more challenging for somebody who is out there trying to be serious. So crossbows, I'm not a fan of. I wish that it were so that, like it used to shoot a crossbow, you had to either have a doctor's note saying that you have a shoulder issue, a back issue, some sort of issue to where you could not shoot a compound or recurve or something like that. Or I wish, for kids, you set them up responsibly, 15, 20-yard shots, easy shots out of a blind. I think crossbows are great for kids, so on and so forth. But I'm just not a crossbow fan. Uh, and then the other thing is there's people who shoot. So Pope and Young is like the archery record books for whitetail, and there's people who go out there with, I think compound bows are fair game for the record books, but compound bows or traditional who get in the record books. But I don't feel like that a crossbow for sure should be included in Pope and Young. I just think that it's more challenging with a compound or recurve longbow. But I guess there's the same argument for people who shoot longbows and recurves. It's more challenging than a compound.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways. Because compound bows start getting so fast that then you have to start doing all this extra tuning that the traditional guys don't have to do. So there's some trade-offs between compounds and recurves. But for sure, it's easier to shoot a deer with a compound.
Check back with you folks here shortly. Happy I came across you guys, 9:36 in Bangkok, and we have a delivery arriving. 13-hour difference. Wow.
Well, hope you have a good day.
You have to stay awake to see the big ones.
She was trying to fall asleep out there on that Okmulgee hunt.
Yeah, there's not a big deer walking around in the morning. Find me a trail camera picture with a big deer walking around at 8 o'clock in the morning. They just don't do it. They only come out at night.
Kevin, it would be more challenging than a rifle, but here's the thing. There's you have the rifle season and then you have archery season. Archery season runs October all the way to January 15th in Oklahoma. And in most states, I think it's real similar. It runs, from early season all the way to the end. So what it does is it puts more hunting pressure on the, for example, public land than there would have been historically, because only the absolute serious archery hunters would be out there. It's not really about challenging. To me, it's about people who are serious. And I'm not saying that there aren't serious crossbow hunters. There are people who are serious hunters, who are ethical, who are very serious, who hunt hard, that use crossbows. But I'm saying there is a surplus of people. What's that Wicked Tuna? You guys ever watch Wicked Tuna, where the tuna fishermen are trying to catch tuna, and then the weekenders come out there and they get in their tuna fishing spot, and they call them googans? That's like I think that's an East Coast thing for weekenders. But that's what I would call a lot of, I'm not saying, I'm kind of generalizing, But a lot of the crossbow hunters are Googans.
Crossbows was only legal for the handicapped until about 10 years ago, and they legalized them for everyone.
Yeah, that's how it was here. And in my opinion, that was a sad day in hunting and in the hunting community because now everybody's out. I'll tell you what, I don't know this for sure, but I would bet money on it that a lot of the deer that the tracking dog people were out tracking, I'd say a lot of them are crossbow hunters. You know, people looking for wounded deer.
Hey, Jake, how are you? We're good. Staying inside mostly, away from the flooding. He went hunting.
Got Paul Case in here.
Hey, Paul. Welcome, Jake. Oh shoot! I forgot to send his stuff. I was so sick. Okay, I'm putting a note in my phone right
You're
now.
also supposed to
swear.
respond to all the people commenting on your rabbit hutch video.
I went to look and there's only one that wasn't responded to.
I might have hearted their comments because you were behind, but I didn't respond to anybody because it's your video.
Well, I've been busy.
Hey, this is my other thing with crossbows. I already mentioned that I don't think the record book should reflect crossbows as record archery kills. But here's what I would say, Kevin. If you're harvesting meat and you're putting meat in the freezer, more power to you. Absolutely more power to you. Go use your crossbow, put meat in the freezer. I absolutely 100% recommend using it if that's the means you have to hunt archery season and put meat in your freezer. I absolutely 100% recommend doing it. What I'm just saying is that there are an abundant amount of people out there gut shooting deer and taking shoulder blade quartering 2 shots because they feel like, you know, they've got a buttstock, they've got a trigger, they've got a scope. They feel like they're shooting their 30-06, and it's a crossbow bolt's this long, and a bow and arrow is, I can't even get it on screen, but somewhere, you know, about double the length of a crossbow bolt. And what that is that's mass and momentum. So yes, a crossbow can shoot 380 feet per second, but it's half the mass. So say 400 feet per second, half the mass. You're basically shooting equivalent to a 200 feet per second bow. Whereas most modern compound bows are shooting at 280 to 300 feet per second with a hunting arrow, you know, a heavy arrow, you know, that's probably 425 to 500 grain arrow. They're shooting 280 to 300 feet per second. So you're getting more energy and more damage to the deer with a compound bow than you are a crossbow. So they have the comfortability like they're shooting a gun at the deer, but it's not, you know, within 20 yards, it's probably more effective than a compound bow. But these people will take 40, 50, 60-yard shots, and the arrow does not carry as much momentum as that of a 28 to 30-inch hunting arrow. So it leads to more wounded deer than I think is necessary. But like I said, that's a long-winded answer to my take on crossbows. But if that's what you have and you want to get out and harvest deer, more power to you.
I think you need to make a short. You'll get
a short. I couldn't fit that in a 5-minute video.
You gotta say something about crossbows. You'll get everybody stirred up, and we'll get a million comments on how mad they are at you.
I guarantee you.
Shoot them. Yeah.
I guarantee you it would.
Wait, let's go to Trace and go gator hunting. That would be fun.
Heck no, the game warden's got to go with you out there in Trey's area.
Why?
I don't hunt with the game warden. I'm legal, but
What are you talking about?
His sister got drawn on the alligator hunt, and the game wardens go with you to shoot your alligator.
Well, good. They can pull them in for me.
They could stay back at hunting camp and come get it when I tell them I got one.
Well, I don't give a
I don't
crap.
care how legal I am. I don't want to hunt with the game warden.
Why? As long as I get a video out of it, I'll go shoot a gator. You have to get drawn out to shoot a gator?
In his area, he's kind of in like northern Louisiana.
Well, how are they shooting them in that show?
Those people have tags and stuff.
Trey,
There's
you need to get
quotas
some
and
tags.
Alligator hunting's very regulated. Trey probably, it's not even allowed in Oklahoma, so I don't know that much about it. But
well, Trey, go make some friends with somebody that has tags so I can come gator hunting because I need a really good video, and that would be so fun. I'd probably be pissing my pants, but it would still be fun. Hey, Wanda.
yeah, Trey said down south it's wide open. So
what? He said you can't video it. Well, then I can't come either.
yeah, he said it's wide open down south. So like when you get into the denser populations, there's less regulations. But
Well, where can we go gator hunt that's not regulated? Alabama? Josh is moving back. He's got friends there. I'm sure we go up there and go gator hunt. Oh, Florida? I got family in Florida.
yeah, I mean, I always, watching like what was that guy's name?
Oh, see, he says it's wide open down south. Well, it looks like we need to go to
Troy.
Louisiana.
I wanted to call Trey Troy whenever I first learned his name. But Troy, I've watched the swamp, or what were they called?
What was that called?
Was it Swamp People?
Swamp? Maybe.
But it looked real enjoying to me.
Bug me now.
Running around the bayou in your jet boat, setting basically limb lines like you would for catfish, but catching big old alligators. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. I know they over dramatize those shows, but it'd be a blast.
Well, we could go to Florida and go shoot those lizards that I like, the iguanas. But Arms already did that. I would love to go hog hunt from a helicopter.
Hey Trey, so
Swamp People.
Trey said we could shoot a gator anytime you want. Just if I say run, don't ask any questions. Just run. Hey,
but I can't video it.
How many? I mean, if you actually wanted to in your area, would it be pretty easy to go out and find one?
Yeah, it was Swamp People.
Is there enough of them that it would be that easy to find them?
That was a good show. Troy was great.
John says, I want to.
What was that stupid show you used to like with that one guy? He looked like him.
Shelby the Swamp Man.
Oh God!
Shelby the Swamp Man is he's my alter ego.
Oh gosh, no, I hated that.
Shelby the Swamp Man. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. That guy's my alter ego. If I was a Cajun, that would be me.
I want to hunt gators also. There you go, John. See, we're gonna have to make a big old trip. It'll be like a big YouTube collaboration. That's what we need to do.
Trey said they catch them like that on them limb lines there too, but it's not as dramatic as the show. Well, I mean, yeah, the show's like, oh, shoot them, and it's got all the cut scenes and the splashing and the drama. I mean, I know you grab it and you slowly pull them to the top, and as the gator pops up, you just pow, right? And right
Speaking of power,
right in its medulla oblongata or whatever they call it in the Water Boy.
What are you doing?
But I know it's not as dramatic, but I mean, I think catching a 10 or 12-foot alligator on a limb line would still be plenty fun.
No, it would be dramatic for me because I'd be scared out of my mind. But it would be so fun. Troy Landry, yeah. Shoot, Jacob, shoot.
Shoot him, Jacob, shoot him.
Oh.
See, in Oklahoma, we've got alligators, but they're down southeast Oklahoma. Maybe straight south central too, on the Red River.
I'd be scared to death if I seen one.
There was actually videos during the polar vortex a couple years ago when we had that 2 weeks of sub-zero temperatures. There was actually videos on the internet of people in southeast Oklahoma videoing the gators. They had their nose poked up through the ice, so the ice was frozen all the way around their nose. But they were basically just in hibernation, just to where they could breathe real slow to stay alive. But I mean, they can survive really cold temperatures. I don't know for how long, but they said those alligators would survive that fine because people were worried about them or whatever.
John asked if we had any feral hogs. Yeah, actually, on that hunt that we did, that video is on where we shot the 4 deer. When I went back to go get my doe, I seen a huge hog running by, but I wasn't sure if I could shoot it. I mean, I didn't see why not, but I was
beating on it.
He's making something. I didn't know if I could shoot it or not because we didn't have any meeting with them and they didn't say. So I was trying to err on the side of caution since I was coming to have them pick up my deer. But later I found out I could have. So if I had my bow with me, I could have shot me a turkey.
Pigs. Ain't no wildlife biologist in Oklahoma gonna tell you not to shoot.
I know, but I wasn't 100% sure, and I wanted to ride out of there with my deer.
Paul says, actually, Kevin said, alligators are mean, or alligators ain't. Mama says alligators are angry because they got all their teeth and no toothbrush. We actually just watched that the other day with the boys. Rylan he caught on to a lot of that humor that I didn't think he would. It was pretty interesting movie.
Huxton remembers all the lines.
That movie is a staple in my childhood. But yeah, Paul said we have several feral hogs or some feral hogs in North. I think you got more than some. If you got hogs, you got too many. Justin D. Haas. You guys should go check out his little video he did the other day. He was looking for a little buck that he had spotted that had a white spot on his back. And it was like paper white. And he was using his drone. Man, it makes me want to get a drone. But he was using his drone looking for that deer. And he ended up finding it, but his battery was running out. So he didn't get a real close look at it. But maybe he's figured it out since then what it was, but I was kind of wondering if it wasn't a piebald deer.
Water sucks, carriage is better. Jumping off, guys, trying to restream tonight, so gotta make sure I got all my ducks in a row. Alright, we'll see ya. Yeah, restream, so
that's a kind of like
he already recorded his playing it?
No.
It's another StreamYard?
Yeah.
So do we need to go, or is he
Restream is
I'm trying to figure out.
Restream's another system like
StreamYard,
I think.
Piebald, I guess, too.
That's pretty neat. If I seen a piebald buck and he was mature, I would definitely take him. But I couldn't. But if it was a doe, there's no way I would take it because it'd just be so unique. I think it'd be neat to have those genetics, hanging around. I couldn't do it. If it was a doe, I would just be like, wow, I can't believe I just, had that doe come by, and I would just watch her. But I guarantee you, if I thought he was over a 4.5-year-old buck, I'd be taking him. But to take a little buck like that, I think would kind of be sad. I guess to each their own. I look at things a little differently after taking several deer over the years.
What are you building? He's so proud of himself for making it.
Only our hillbilly kids
Come
would
here.
be running around at
Come here.
dark 30, hammering pieces of wood together.
I can't put my giant monstrosity in.
Your giant monstrosity?
That's what I just call it.
Oh, that's what you call it? Well, it's gonna have you bring it in so you can show them what you built.
I don't think this is even gonna fit in the door.
Well,
Well,
Paul, if
yeah.
you guys have a hog
You have to
problem,
come here.
I would be willing to come take some of those off your hands.
It's heavy.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here.
Ah, Mom, you don't hold it out. You hold it
Well,
that
I know,
way.
but let's see. He's
Hey.
got.
But hold it that way. Mom, it looks better that
Well,
way.
I'm trying to show him the nails. You can see the nails better. This is his giant monstrosity.
And that's just what I
I
call
can't
it.
even get it all on the camera.
He's been out there beating on that thing for about 10, 15 minutes.
Come here.
Yeah.
Been trying to figure out what he was beating on.
Hey, Nick.
We got Nick.
Yeah.
Grilling addiction with Nick.
Grandma's on there. Say hi.
Hi, Grandma.
He's a neighbor,
Where's your nose red from?
30 minutes down the road or so. Actually,
Lick your finger.
the private land that I went and set up deer stands and a feeder on is kind of in his neck of the woods up by Wellston.
He probably knows exactly where it is.
I ain't gonna. What's all over your face? Is that
Future
blood?
carpenter. Is that blood? Are you bleeding?
No,
What'd
What
you
are
do?
you doing? Why
What'd you
is
do? Hit
it
yourself
spreading?
in the face?
no, I don't even know what's coming.
Why is it spreading? Look at me. Stop. What is that?
Oh.
You look really guilty. What did you eat? Huxton? You look so guilty. Look at yourself. You look like
We got
Rudolph.
Josh here from was
like the oranges.
like the oranges. Now it's Rivers and Roots Outdoors, and he'll be
should I
moving
bring
back
it
to
outside?
Alabama
Should I bring
soon.
it outside?
And I'm excited to see some of his outdoor content in Alabama because that's where he's from and where he knows the countryside and the rivers.
I'm gonna
And
try
I'd
to
like to
this,
see some of his content coming up
Right
soon.
now, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna try to take off. I'm gonna try to take off this and this.
Okay.
This I nailed this. There's a little piece on here. I nailed it on, Mom.
What is that weird
Yeah, I nailed this.
that weird hobby that people do with the
We got a homesteading hustle.
giant. You built it.
And Tony. Tony came in right at the end.
You better. I've been wearing his shirt.
Mom, we can do a video about this giant thing when I finish it.
A homesteading
My house
hustle.
not finished now.
Hello. We're just about to
River.
jump off
Oh.
here. Homesteading hustle and Tony. But Trey will be going live here in just a moment. So jump on there and I may jump in the comments for a while over there as well.
Hey, Mom, you know a giant white out there? It's
Wait,
turning white
way
for
more.
some reason, Mom. Mom, for some reason, a giant white out there, it's turning white.
Yeah, I kind of figured
It's
the
supposed to be
Rivers
like
and
this,
Roots
right?
Outdoors name change was related to you moving back because, you like the rivers systems. And, man, I was out. The Deep Fork River is right here in our neighborhood in Oklahoma. and it's been raining and it's up and
Thank you,
flowing.
Jan. You too.
And I wish I had a little flat bottom boat that was easy to get in the river that had a little jet motor or something in it, because I could access so much more public land if I could get up and down that river. But it just looked like it'd be a blast, even if I wasn't hunting, to just get on that river and just go up and down it and check things out. It just looked like it'd be fun. But I figured, because the river was your cup of tea, and then rivers and roots outdoors, your roots are there. I figured that's why the name change come about. But yeah,
You did a good job figuring that out.
I like the river systems and stuff too, but just wish I had a way to. I wish I had a good river boat and a way to get it in the river. There's actually a draw hunt in Oklahoma, the Okmulgee National Wildlife Refuge. And if you get drawn for archery, it's all season long, and there's one boat ramp on that river. And a lot of that land, you need to get to it from the river. So it's going to be one of my goal hunts, is to get that. How far is that boat ramp from the house? A little over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not too far away, but it could definitely justify a couple of weekend camping trips and taking the boat down there. It's probably 4 or 5 miles upstream before you start getting into the public land, but I think it'd be a blast going in there, finding where the deer are crossing the river, because the river's a really good place to find where they're crossing. There'll be trails coming up and down the banks and stuff. So, get in there, find some active deer trails, get off, park the boat, get out, get in your tree saddle, go get up a tree and do some hunting. It'd be a blast.
Tony, hope your pigs are all right after this flood today. That was crazy.
Man, it rained even more up around the Stroud area.
Yeah, I mean, it was gradually breaking up as it got to our house, so he probably got a little bit more than we did. It was crazy. Man, I drove through Choctaw the other day where that tornado hit the weekend of our hunt. Oh my gosh. That was pretty devastating. It's really bad. They didn't really talk about it much. I heard about OKC, but man, a lot of those houses got torn up. It's bad. Real bad. It's really sad.
We need to get a storm shelter here. I've been kind of thinking about, we have a lot of sandstone, so I don't know how far I could get with the backhoe on the tractor, but I've been kind of thinking about starting to dig, but I just don't know where to do it exactly. But I'd kind of like to just build it myself. Concrete's not that expensive if you...
We have that post, we have that hole digger too. Dig some cores and then...
That thing ain't going through sandstone.
Pigs are okay. Yeah. I didn't even check.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, that. So, I kind of made mention earlier in this live before you came in, but I've taken a lot of deer, and it's really not that enjoyable. The actual harvesting of deer isn't that enjoyable. I like to just be out there in the woods, but that adrenaline rush of Levi putting the smack down on 2 deer back to back with a single shot was that was likened to my first days hunting. That was fun.
It was cool. Everything was just so.
I would say
was cool.
Taking 4 deer in one evening was extremely exhilarating. But I'll tell you this: the skinning the deer after the fact wasn't that fun, because it was thunderstorming.
Oh man, it was awful.
And Shayla's holding the light, and we were at the camp, right before the big tornadic storms and stuff showed up. So she's holding the light. We couldn't really hang them up to do it, so we had to do it off the tailgate, get them quartered up on the tailgate, and it was a challenge.
Slippery.
We didn't get to sleep till
1 o'clock in the
1
morning.
o'clock in the morning, but luckily it was time change. So by the time the storms got really bad, it was close to 4.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning. So we did get a little bit of sleep, before the storms rolled in, but then it was pretty much up for the rest of the morning after that. We did, after they kind of calmed down, we did get a couple hours of sleep. But
it was fun. It was really cool watching Huxton and Rylan. Like that was something I really missed. I wanted to get their reaction on camera. But oh man, if I could just describe how excited they were just getting to watch that made my entire day, if not anything else. Then to top it with a second deer, they were just in complete amazement. Then I'm sitting there gutting my deer, and I pull up, or finished gutting him, get him pulled out to the road, and I pull up my phone, and Levi's got two. And it was just really cool, especially the fact that we are doing YouTube, and he filmed it, so I got to see his two shots, and it was amazing. We had so much fun. Angie wants me to put the bunker under the house. Hey, we were just talking about that. I was talking to Levi about cutting a hole in the floor, and we're just going to make them go in the crawl space and start digging. And then by the time they get a tunnel under the house, then we'll have Dakota dig us the big one in the yard.
Have you ever seen the videos of the RC dirt moving equipment? Like they got the little RC dump trucks and the RC excavators. And they film, they'll set up a camera filming their little excavation site, and it almost looks like a real full scale site. If you get the camera angle just right, you couldn't tell almost. But I was telling Shayla we should get some of those and put them under the house, and then for in the evening, almost like playing games with the kids, we could just sit there and dig our tunnel under the house.
Well, we could just put some food under there and throw the dogs in there. They'd dig out. Just spray the wall with some grease, bacon grease. Let them dig through it or something. That'd be cool, though. He said, yeah, skinning. What?
Yeah, the skinning wasn't the funnest part. And actually, we haven't even completely put the deer away because we have so much deer to grind. We just decided to pretty much grind almost all of it. So we've got so much to put away that we have decided we need to upgrade our meat grinder. So
I mean, that was something we wanted to do anyway.
We're waiting on the right one to pop up on Marketplace, so it's all frozen. Or
Still got it.
Say hi.
What's on your face anyway?
I feel like you know, and you're not telling us.
But we're waiting on the right meat grinder to pop up or to go get a new one.
We want cocoa.
No, I can't get
We want a commercial grade meat grinder because we just have this Harbor Freight one. Okay, I'll help you a little bit.
I mean,
but and it's done its job. I mean, it's done fantastic over the years that we've used it. We put a lot of deer through it, but
yeah.
I already got small.
I really want an outdoor kitchen so we can do all the processing out there and just not make such a mess. But...
So grateful for doing YouTube, for the memories made that we can watch with the kids. Yep. And I was just saying that earlier. I think it was before you came in, but I have a lot of crazy memories with my dad hunting over the years, but I don't have any of them documented. Like no videos of it, and man, I wish I did.
Mm-hmm.
He also said he's painting his house right now. I've seen you posting that you're getting snow and stuff. I couldn't imagine
moving
being in Alaska trying to paint a house in nearly December.
That's hilarious. He's probably talking about the inside, but still, it's just crazy.
Oh, my mind goes to
I did
outside.
Too at first, but then I was like, no.
What I would say is I wouldn't, I know you got to do a certain amount to get the house, when you go to sell a house, you need to do a certain amount to, make everything look clean and ready to move into. But I wouldn't get too crazy because 90% of people go in and they paint anyways, or they go in and they change the floor. We have friends right now that just bought a new house, and the first thing they did after closing was go in and rip up all the carpet. The very first thing they did.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Josh and Alina. That their house, she showed me pictures. It's like stuck in the 80s. So
Well, I didn't see any of the pictures, but
yeah, it wasn't like they remodeled. The guy was bragging about how he redid all this stuff, but it was like back in the 80s. It needed to be updated. But Josh and Alina, they were talking about doing some stuff too, which is funny because it looks nice, but they were talking about doing the kitchen and stuff, and it's just the way it is, though. Everybody's got their own taste. I mean, that's why we prefer a house that's run down because we're gonna redo it all anyway.
But anyways, we're gonna get off of here. Trey is, I'm sure, in the middle of his live right now. So go over to Trey with Our Louisiana Live and tell him to get some hunting videos out.
Yeah, cool. Josh said he uses a limb number 12. We'll have to look at that one. So check that out. Paint fast, Josh. Yeah, it's negative 17 now. Gonna be negative 20 or so later. Ooh, nope. Nope.
Yeah. So
But
we thank
you guys
y'all for
coming in.
checking us out on our live and coming in the video or the comments. Oh, Duncan Family Farm, hi and bye. And we'll see you later.
Hop on over to
Justin.
Trey's live.
Go check out Trey's live, Justin, and
Greg.
I'll jump in the comments over there a little bit too.
All right, we'll see you guys.